best chance for full repeal was winning the 2012 election. You're using policies under Obamacare. You've got millions more under the Medicaid expansion, so it exists. So, and we can talk about, I'm going to repeal it, but the practicality of what you really have to do is you're going to have to transition away from it. You're going to have to transition toward more free market reforms. So the way I'd approach it is you take a look at Obamacare. There are elements, I don't have a problem, honestly, with state basics changes. Those have been Republican ideas for a long time. Allow people, small employers, to pool into a larger risk pool so they can actually afford insurance as opposed to being just exposed. If you got 50 to 100 people, you got one sick person, you have a hard time buying affordable insurance. I mean, you go give the larger pool. That's not a bad idea. Now, very horribly structured within Obamacare, it's very coercive, but on a volunteer basis with a marketplace, the free market system, that's not necessarily a bad idea. You take a look at the structural problems we have as conservatives, as Republicans. I mean, education system is opposed to us. I mean, they are. They are actually in opposition to us. The news media is. The entertainment media is. So, so who's going to get the word out? Who's going to provide the American people the type of information they need to start making more intelligent election choices? What the opportunity we have as conservatives is that discussed. And actually, MSNBC tried to use this against me. I gave a speech 2 years ago at the Faith and Freedom Conference. It was luncheon. And during the speech, I made the comment, I hear all the time politicians saying we got to restore faith in government. Well, no, absolutely not. What we should be doing is we should be engendering the healthy, now underline the healthy, distrust our founders had for the federal government. We should really look at government as something to fear. We should be looking at government as something to limit, not to grow. And that's the disconnect. How are you? But we've got to convince our fellow Americans that don't necessarily agree with us how crazy it is to keep growing the federal government. So I think the way you start those conversations, the way I talk to a bipartisan crowd is first talk about something we all agree on. Kind of opens them up for some new ideas. But I say, listen, here's something we agree on. We all share the same goal. We're all concerned about each other, about every American. We all want every American to have the opportunity to build good life for themselves or family. We share the goal of a prosperous nation or state or city. Now we may disagree on how you achieve that prosperity, how those opportunities are made available to people. Let's not start the conversation questioning each other's motives. It's just not going to get us anywhere. So I think if we start out the conversation that way and then just move right into, do you like what's happening in Washington? You're not going to get very many people say, oh yeah, I love it. So well, yeah, I don't like it either. How about we agree on this? Let's stop growing it. Let's start demanding power back to ourselves.